Hey man, just giving you a quick call. I just wanted to let you know that you are so close, dude. You're so much closer than you think. A lot of these big goals that we've had and these big aspirations, they're right around the corner for you, dude. So you just cannot give up. So stoked for you to see this. P.S. We bought a Lambo. So keep going, bro. We'll talk soon. Peace.
Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Bryson. This is the Bryson Everyday Project podcast. This podcast is a little bit different than other ones out there. Here, I only focus on documentation. I don't focus on quality or being professional or being entertaining. If that sounds like something you're interested in, I'd love for you to stick around and give the show a listen. You can also follow me on Instagram at BRQUSE. Thank you so much. Here's the show.
All right. The first 10 minutes of the show might be a little weird. Lexi's about to take off in a plane, and I'm not going to miss that. Got to definitely text her. So, if I'm going kind of quiet, that's why I'm looking at my phone, making sure I don't miss a text. I think it's, not to jinx anything, I just think it's so important to, when you go up in the air, just make sure you tell everybody that you love them, and that, just have a good, just fucking flies, little fruit flies in my house, dude. They're coming from somewhere. I just think it's good to, you just never know. I mean, you never know when you get in the car and drive off. You never know, but I don't know. You just, never mind. You can't even talk about it without feeling like shit because it's like, what you're alluding to, Anyway, so as I talked about yesterday, my day today was doing all the shit that I wanted to do, and that's exactly what I did. And it was great. I got a lot done. And I proved to myself yet again that when I make a new system and then I try to link it up manually to something that's already existing, it takes so much time. It is such a pain in the ass. There's nothing good about it. So I just have to build as much as possible for whoever I'm building it for next, before linking everything and sending them what I have, because Mina and I talked on the Zoom call yesterday, I think it was. Yeah. And we talked about how the financial shit and the renewals and all that stuff, he wants that. And I want to make that. And I am. But it's one of those projects that intertwines with many other databases, unfortunately, I guess. So if I make this for him, I'm going to then give him, again, the master log, but I'm going to have to make changes to that. And so I told him that it would definitely take a while. And it's cool because I feel like I kind of feel like I'm in alignment now with everybody. I feel like everybody wants a similar thing. Dawson sent me a text today and he said, hey, when can we get this thing, and this thing done? And I was like, oh, perfect, dude. I'm actually working on that. I'm going to give it to you in chunks. It's just such a big project, but trust me, you'll have it. Mina wants the same thing. Trey, I'm delivering the business expense tracker, and then once that's done, I'll let him know that I'm going to continue working on more KPI trackers, and then hopefully I will be in alignment with everybody, and every day, well, at least for a little bit, all I do is one project, and I am really looking forward to that. Now, this is me. I want to share this. I think this is actually so lately I've been thinking about what I could talk about or share that I would want to hear from Andy Frisella or Alex Ramosi or whatever when they were early stages and haven't made, any money at all or haven't done shit. What would I want to hear them talk about? And kind of segues into what I'm about to say, but one of the things that I thought about that I just want to share is kind of like the agenda, I guess, that I have. And the chess, the reverse psychology, if you would even call that chess that I play. So for example, I have put in a lot of hours this week for Trey. I would say it's more than 10 for sure. But if I say that, he'll get upset. I can understand, but I'm not going to say, hey, I went over. I actually said today, hey man, I'm actually taking my girl to the airport tonight. So I don't know if we'll be able to make up the hours, the hour and a half before tomorrow. So I'm going to be short on hours this week by about an hour and a half. And I mean, technically that's true because I didn't work for an hour and a half tonight, but I definitely made it up the previous days. All good. But the reason why I said that is just to plant seeds of, I don't know what the word would be, but just, hey, I'm a truthful person. I'm not going to lie. I'm not lying and working all this time and or not working all this time and saying that I am, and then you pay me. It's my way of saying, hey, I am honest. Get off my back. I just told you that I worked less. I could have said I worked more, what, you know. So he's not on my back, but it's just a way to prove that I'm an honest man. And the only reason why I feel the need to do that is I think I'm insecure. And I think that stems from, he has me working 10 hours a week, and there's just not a lot you can do in 10 hours a week, especially for one big project. And the communication between him and I has been very little. He'll, like last week, I don't think he said anything. He just paid me, and that was it. He'll ask me to fix a couple things, but it's hard for me to justify him paying me $1,200 a month to just fix a couple columns in a spreadsheet. You know, it's hard for me to wrap my head around that. It's also a new month, and I get asked to make a new spreadsheet for the VA team, but nobody's asked me yet. It's the 4th, so they've had 4 days to ask, but nobody said anything. Matter of fact, let me check WhatsApp, make sure I'm not getting anything. Yeah. So I don't want him to think that I'm not doing anything, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. I'm just, I guess I'm just in my head. I just want to, the whole reason why I did that, like I said, is just to, it's just like, what do they call it? A damaging admission. When you have a damaging admission in your sales pitch, it just makes the thing more believable and more, like it just builds trust. It's like, hey, we don't have 5 stars. We actually have 4.5, and here's why. That's better than, hey, we're 5 stars. So anyway, that's why I did it. And I just wanted to share that. So, but yeah, all I did was work on the financial bullshit today, the renewal bullshit, and I messed around with Make today to try to figure out that automation bullshit. There's a lot that I figured out, but there's just a couple of things that I can't figure out, and they're definitely required. So I'll figure it out for sure. But it is very frustrating because the way that you set it up, it's very frustrating to work inside of when you don't know really what you're doing. But when you do figure it out, it's actually very, very simple. But getting to that point of understanding what things do, it's fucking ridiculous. So I also sent a text to Britzy and said that I would do automations for the business. And I just threw out a number. I was like, for every automation, I'll, $100. And she gave me a response for all the automations. She's like, well, actually me and so-and-so handle that. And, they're really simple, actually. It's pretty straightforward, blah, blah, blah. And that makes me look like an asshole because I'm like, yeah, I'll do one for $100. And she's like, yeah, it just takes a few minutes. It's really simple, blah, blah, blah. And it makes me look like an asshole when she says it that way. But my offer was, I'm going to use Make and do the sophisticated, complex bullshit that Zapier can't do. Because Zapier is nice and it's easy. But it can't do half the shit that Make can do, I've learned. So Zapier might be able to integrate with 6,000 more apps, but Make can do everything and more with the apps that are available. So I said, oh yeah, no, I totally understand. I was definitely, what I had in mind was using Make and doing the more sophisticated and complex automations that Zapier can't do. But if you guys already have that handled, no worries at all. And I just said that just to put an offer out there. If they bite, then cool. If not, all good. But it was a swing and a miss of trying to get a little out of at the hourly work. I have tomorrow that I'm working on PT Dom stuff, and then that's it. I guess technically, since Lexi is no longer in Utah, I guess I'm not gonna have a date night on Saturday. So I guess what that means is I have a date night with myself. So that means from 5 to 10, we are notioning it up. So believe it or not, I'm stoked about that. Of course I miss Lexi, and of course I'd rather go on a date night. But dude, just all the time that I can get to work on this stuff and get further and closer to being able to sell it, the better. So, very cool. So, what else is there? I'm not really sure. Oh, I'm going to see Chris D'Elia tomorrow. Pretty pumped about that. I'm getting email notifications for no reason. I canceled some shit on my calendar and I just got notifications. Like, yeah, I know I did that. It's so stupid, dude. But yeah, I'm going to go see Chris D'Elia tomorrow with my uncle and my cousin. Pretty hyped about that. One of my, like I said yesterday, a comedian got me out of a lot of dark times, I would say, and made me laugh during some very sad days in my life. So very much looking forward to this. And what else? I don't know. I think that might be it. And then I got my buddy's wedding coming up. Pretty stoked about that. Lexi's running her half marathon in Disneyland. Stoked about that. Do wish I could be there, but too bad, so sad for me, I guess, and for her. So bad, so sad for us, huh? And then, yeah, we did get the townhome, so that's very cool. We signed the lease. She signed the lease, got confirmation. I paid the money. We're good. And I haven't heard anything back from them, which is, I was expecting to hear something. Now, if I go to the portal real quick, I wonder if there's any updates on there. Shall we see? Property details. Sign in. Okay, if we go home, there we go. So now there's a balance. My next bill is this much. So the total was $3,760 to move in. That was with the security deposit, a couple fees, and it tells me right here. So it says the rent prorated, the HOA prorated, and then the move-in charge, the new lease fee. So the new lease fee is actually part of the security deposit, which is cool. That's $300. So I paid $2,100 yesterday, and then today, I guess I'm all set. So now it says the move-in charges are $1,660. That is the prorated rent of $1,280 for half a month. That's crazy. And then HOA prorated $80, which is internet as well, which is cool. So it's HOA, but it's internet. So they just want to say HOA so they can put whatever else in there, but whatever. The lease fee is $300. So yeah, that adds up to exactly what the lease said, which is reassuring. Sometimes I feel like I read these things, the lease, and I'm like, ooh, fuck, I'm getting screwed right now. I didn't read that correctly, but yeah, this is all 100% correct. And it's very exciting. So looks like it's not due until the 15th. So I've got 11 days to do that. I actually had almost the exact amount in my checking account to pay this. If you pay with a credit card, it puts a 3% fee on there, which is, you might think that's not a big deal. But when the fee is $2,100, when the bill is $2,100, 3% of that is 63 bones. 63 bones to just pay with a credit card. I was trying to justify, I was like, well, I get points back, but I only get 1% back on certain purchases, or 1.5% back on certain purchases. So I would get $30, $31.50, but I'm still paying $30 more. It just doesn't make sense. So whatever. But I paid with my checking account, and I just had almost the exact amount, which is pretty cool. So that's nice. So financially, I guess I can minimize August now. That's pretty crazy. Let's go ahead and minimize that. Hold on, how do you add? I want to add more to a group columns. Okay, I fixed it. Cool, so now we only see September. We don't see August anymore. Dude, it's already August 4th. That's crazy. Okay, so financially, we are doing all right. I need to put in 4th 21. So I get paid tomorrow from Trey. That will be 8.5 times 32. 8 times 3, 240 times 2, 256.5. 264. Siri, what's 8.5 times 32? Siri, what's 8.5 times 32?
It's 272.
Damn it. How the fuck did I... Oh, dude, so confident. Oh, wait. Siri, what's 8.5 times 32?
The answer is 270.
Still the same shit. Dumbass. So 272, put that in the financials. All right. So still doing all right. I budgeted, I have, a double rent payment for next month planned out. And when I put this in here for the rent, actually it's only $600. That leaves me, after I pay a double rent, leaves me with $1,500 for the month, which is very exciting because I just did all this correctly. Have money to I guess buy some necessities for the home if we need, or just put it away. What's really cool is I'm still going to be able to pay off stuff. Hopefully it's going to be less because I lose my full-time job income. This is the last month for that. So what's crazy is, they made this whole resignation offer back in January, and they're like, yeah, if you take advantage of it now, you get 8 months of paid leave. And I was like, holy shit. Applied, got denied, and then it popped up again. I think 2 months later, I got it. And now here we are. It's almost, I almost said it's almost the end of September, but it's not. It's not. It's almost the end of the whole resignation period. I've got, if I look on here, I've got 1, 2, 3 checks left. So I've got $4,800 left that's coming in from my job. After that, my expenses, if I keep everything the same, so I'm planning to make $0 from PT Dom, but I keep Trey, Dawson, and Mina. That puts me with a total income of $5,930. Oh, wait, that's... Oh, I see. Let's fix that. So it's $5,930. And my expenses are $3,500. So I'm still profiting $2,000 a month, which is cool. Obviously, I need to put away for taxes and savings and shit like that. I'm not much of a saver. Like, if shit happens, like, I don't know, dude. I've just got such a different stance on stuff like that. And I can't give you a real, truthful, logic-backed reason other than I just am not worried. Like, if something happens, like if my car explodes and I got to buy new everything, like, I'll put it on a credit card and I'll worry about the credit card. Like, if all hell broke loose and something happened and I don't know, I got to put $20,000 down or something like that. Like, I don't know, dude. It's just not a big, like, finance the shit. It's fine. Just keep going. By the time that dude, in my head, it's just not a big deal whatsoever. Like, I know I'm going to be successful to some extent to where finances just aren't an issue. Call it arrogance, call it whatever. I feel like it's so corny to say, I believe in myself, but it's just like, it's inevitable if I just don't quit. And that is what I got from Alex Ramosi, which is, can't lose if you don't quit. So as long as I don't quit, as long as I don't die, I'll make it. So I think that thought alone really helps. And that's just kind of how I feel about a lot of shit, Like, I got to save money for this, save money for that. It's just like, well, what if I don't want that? That's how I feel about houses and stuff like that. People are they're trying so hard to save to buy their first house, and not talking down on any of that. That's very cool. Like, I would love to have my own house, but I don't want any of the responsibility that comes with owning a house. I want maximum time to work on my shit. And if I own a house, that means I have to tend to the yard. I have to tend to all the actual shit that goes wrong in the house. If something breaks, I got to fix it or call someone in and then pay money for them to do it, which is what I would do. But if I rent, all that shit's taken care of. I call a number, they come in, fix it. I'm, done. I don't got to worry about lawn. Don't got to worry about any kind of maintenance. Don't got to worry. People do all that for me. And that is what I like. I don't want to buy a house. I'm not interested in doing all that shit. I'm not trying to save for a certain thing. I'm not trying to put away for retirement. I don't want to retire. I love what I do. If I hated what I did, why would I continue to do it for 12 to 16 hours a day? That's stupid. Just like Alex Mosey says, dude, he says, I do as much of the thing that brings me the most joy for as many hours per day as possible. What's wrong with that? Or what's unhealthy about that? Something like that. Dude, he also has a great point, and, it's talking about burnout. And he's like, well, people don't get burnt out of video games. So it's not that people, I can't remember what he said. It was a really good point, though. Clearly so great that I forgot it. But it's talking about burnout and how people are just whatever. Anyway, I also have my Nevada ticket coming up. I got to pay. It's so funny. Like, I'm being so petty about that. I'm paying it on the last day that I'm allowed to pay it. Fucking need my money for, dude. Let's see what else. Oh, the shitty thing with all of this, though, like with the the double rent and paying for stuff now, is that it does delay the time that I have to pay off the loan that I have, because that lowers everything by about $200 a month. And I'm trying to think. So by November, it looks like. Yeah, it actually looks like I'll be able to pay it. Well, so never mind. It looks like the end of October. No, it looks like about mid-October I'll be able to pay off that loan. Because I'm still, I'll be all right. It's very cool. I think I'm done. I think I'm just rambling at this point. So that's the show. If you got Lexi on Instagram or message or whatever, send her a text. Wish her luck for the marathon. I know she'd appreciate it. All right, love you guys. That's it for today. Bye bye.